What's up, y'all? Well, my hands are kind of gross. I just walked in the door from work. So I figured I'd make this because I haven't uploaded since Halloween. I have a good excuse. I have been super swamped at work. We're going into peak. Peak season starts on Black Friday. But we had some people call out, and that left us really short-staffed. So your boy's been busy, really busy. And like one of my favorite ASMR artists, Mark, AuralFixatedASMR says, I don't know about you, but I'm really tired. So I'm off the next 2 days. Cheers. As you can see, I got a mic cover. One of my viewers made a comment, or left a comment, and said that I should get a pop filter, which I'm definitely gonna do, but I figured for now this would do. So let's play with it a little. So, this channel is about hyperfixations, right? Lots of different ones. Lots of different interests. Lots of different things for me to yap about. Yap. Apologies. So, sit back. Maybe grab something to drink. Get a snack. Or if you're lying in bed after a long day, get under your covers and lay your head on your pillow and just drop out. I would say tune out, but that's not mine. That is AuralFixated's. So I'm gonna take drop out. I love his channel. This entire week, Mark has been putting me to sleep, sometimes multiple times a night. His sleepy time videos are just an absolute lifesaver, just a joy. So, last weekend, well, first, I'll talk about Halloween. I originally had plans with my best friend John, and we were gonna go to a Halloween party. Not at like somebody's house, like a big Halloween party where, there's a DJ, there's dancing, and I just wanted to dance my butt off in my ghost face costume. But, unfortunately, I think we waited a little too long, and the tickets were sold out. There was another one Bethlehem, PA, called Zombie Ball at Steel Stacks, which I've been to, I believe, twice now. And that is a lot of fun. I don't know why my neighbors are slamming their doors, so I apologize if you can hear that. It is Saturday night, so I don't know what goes on. But anyway, we were gonna go to Bethlehem, PA, which is about, I want to say, like a 2.5 hour drive from where I'm at now. Because currently, at the moment, I live about 20 minutes away from my best friend. We used to live like 5 minutes away, so, you know, I'm very blessed that I'm still so close to him. I love that man. That man is my rock. He's been with me through thick and thin, through everything that I've been through. We've been friends now for 14 years. 14 years. And that's my soulmate. That is the love of my life. He is my best friend. Honestly, I don't know where I would be without John. So we couldn't go to either party because where he works, I'm sure everybody is well aware of the government shutdown. Well, John works for the government, and so when the shutdown happened, he was not getting paid. So that put a very big damper on things that we could do, because obviously no income means, he's not able to do many things. So, and as far as I'm concerned with my finances, with my job I have now, it's a pay cut. Apologies. I work outside, so it's getting colder, kids. And anyway, I don't have the same stability anymore that all my other friends have, and my partners as well, because I'm renting, so I have to come up with money each month for rent. You know how it goes, and electric. Also have gas in my car, food on my table, the whole nine. Which I know to some people, you're probably like, yeah, that's normal. Yes, it is, but this is my first time being on my own, and I'm doing the best that I can. But anywho, I would not have been able to help him with gas or tolls to go to Bethlehem, PA. And I wouldn't have been able to help him with his ticket. I couldn't even afford the ticket for myself because rent was coming up. So we decided to just hang out at his house instead on Halloween. And I was off on Halloween. I had requested off when I started this job. That's kind of my thing. Every job that I've worked, I typically, if I can, am off for Halloween because I like to do stuff. I don't like to be at work unless I'm working day shift, and then obviously I'm off later that night. But with this job, I work from noon until 10 p.m. and then on Saturdays, which I'm required to work a 6-day, so that'll be on Monday. So I'll just have Sundays off from Black Friday until New Year's. So I might be, away for a while. But like I said, I'll try to do at least one video a week if I can. But anyway, we hung out at his house, and I brought both of my Ghostface costumes. So we took pictures together. Him with the classic Ghostface costume that I wore for my video, and then I wore the Dead by Daylight, the Red Devil face mask, which I also wore in my video, but I had a different underlayer. So I was wearing this shirt because it's nice and like grungy. It's like a stonewashed, I think that's the term, kind of like gray. And then I had a cardigan, a black cardigan, which is real long, to go over that, so it looked really cool. And yeah, we watched horror movies, and we got pizza, and had some libations, and that was cool. For me, being type 2 diabetic, I'll typically have like one drink, and then I'm tapped. Because, with the sugars and everything like that, it's, you essentially, at least for me, I tend to feel one drink really strongly. So, we had a really good night, watched a bunch of movies, and just had a blast. It was like our sleepovers we used to do, like when we were kids, and it was really fun. We just didn't sleep over, but it was a blast. And then this past weekend was John's birthday, so we ended up going to Stroudsburg, the Stroudsburg Railroad, and yes, we're that autistic. We like trains, and it was me and John's friends that have now become my friends, and they're a great group of people, just super, super cool. Like, I love those guys. And we got to ride on the train, and after that we went to the train museum, which is right across the street, and that is really cool. There's a lot of really neat historical things in that museum. There's full-on locomotives that you can go, and some of them you can go inside and see how they work. There's some of the passenger cars that you can also go inside. There's different model train layouts, which, like, super, super cool. And yeah, we spent the whole day there. We were going to go to a pet store called That Fish Place / That Pet Place, which is really an awesome store. But we ran out of time because it was a Sunday, so everything closes early, and Stroudsburg, I believe, is part of Lancaster. Yeah, I think. It's like right near. I don't know geography, I'm not a schooler. So, there's a lot of Amish folks around, and boy howdy, let me gonna see this video. So, but they're, obviously most of them are very lovely people, from the ones that I've met. But anyway, yeah, we had a blast, and then afterwards we went to a place called Miller's Smorgasbord, or Smorgasbord. I'm not always sure how to pronounce that. But it was okay. I'm a very picky eater, which I know it doesn't look like that, but I am. So I was in my safe zone because they had chicky nuggies, mac and cheese. So I had that. And then, yeah, we had a really great time, and then I just hung out with John for a little bit afterwards. And I ended up going to the woods next to his house, not like in it, but next to, because I was trying to get free wood for Twiggy, my Cuban false chameleon. I upgraded his tank, so he's not even in a tank anymore. Now he is in a grow tent, which the reptile community has started to use grow tents to keep reptiles, especially the humid-loving reptiles, because it holds heat and humidity so well. So he's now in a huge grow tent. For him, it makes him look small, and it's super cool. So, and he has a roommate, because one of my morning geckos, okay, so if you own morning geckos, you have free-range geckos just living in your house. So one of the morning geckos that is in the 55-gallon, she decided to jump ship, and she's now living in the grow tent with him. She only comes out at night because they're nocturnal, but I don't mind it. They have the same heat and humidity requirements, and since they are awake at different times, it's okay. And like I said, the grow tent is huge, so the chances of him finding her and snacking on her are pretty much zero. And she's also, morning geckos are really fast, and Cuban false chameleons, there's nothing fast about them really. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, and it's been fun. Now as for work has been, like I said, very hectic, but it's nice to know that, like, I get to go home, with trucking, what I used to do previously. If traffic was backed up, you still had to get to your destination, and you still had to drop your trailer, and you still had to do a bunch of things, and that extra added stuff on top was really what soured it for me, because you never knew when you were getting home. But now, with what I'm doing, even if it gets really hectic, which it has been, I get to go home. I get to go home usually on time. Maybe a couple minutes after. I think the most they've kept me was 30 minutes after, which, it happens. But I still got to go home, and I still knew I would be able to go home. With trucking, if you run out of hours, I believe you get an 11-hour clock, so DOT requires you legally have to pull over and do a 10-hour reset. Now, that's even for people who are in what's called a day cab, because there's over-the-road truckers that they have a bed in the truck. But if you're in a day cab, you're typically only doing day shift, and you're not on the road for that long. So you can imagine if you do run out of hours, you're kind of stuck because you have to stop for 10 hours. And typically the company that you work for will put you up in a hotel. But like, if you're stuck on the highway or something, or like in the middle of nowhere, and you're in a day cab, there's nothing. You'd have to like call for assistance. So that was always a real possibility with the last job that I had, coming home every day from South Baltimore back to Pennsylvania. If you live in that area, if you live in South Baltimore, you know exactly what I'm talking about with the morning traffic and with construction. Never again. Never again. So my job now is a different kind of chaos, but I like that I know what I'm doing every day. I like that there is, no real changes. Like you're moving things back and forth. That's pretty much it. And it does get stressful. It does get hectic. It can get overstimulating. But at least for me, knowing what I'm getting into every day kind of makes it a little bit easier. And the fact that I know when I'm going home, that helps a lot with my mental health. So, in other news, now this is sadder, very sad news for me. And I don't know if people who watch this channel know about the channel I'm about to talk about, but Neil Cooper, Reiki master, I was watching him I think I started watching him when I was 17, and I'm 31 now. I started watching him when he first started his channel. Before he was doing Reiki, he was doing guided meditations, chakra meditations as well. And yeah, they were fantastic. I had actually added him on Facebook, and we throughout the years have talked and became pretty good friends. I wouldn't say super close, like we didn't talk every day, but he was a very cool mentor and like a spiritual advisor in a way. And in recent years had started doing Reiki healing, and he was certified and everything, like it legit, real deal. But he sadly he passed away in August, and I saw on his channel his kids posted a video pretty recently to say that he had passed. So my deepest sympathies and condolences to his family and friends. I'm really gonna miss you, Neil. this is a big loss, a profound loss. Like I said, we talked every now and again, but every single time it was like talking to someone who, it was like catching up with an old friend. And, it sucks. It's a big bummer that he's gone. At least from this physical plane, he lives on. We all go on. I don't believe that this is our ending. Not to get too philosophical on you. And if that's not your belief, then I would say he lives on in his videos and through his family and his friends and the impact that he left behind on this plane when he was here. So, that's the sad news. So I actually would like to do a really in-depth chakra cleansing video, maybe even a Reiki video, but with respect to the people who are certified and everything. So I would, really want to research more. Not to say that I can't do it, because I absolutely can. And I've done it in person for people, and I've also done it through text and video calls and things like that. So I would like to do a video like that, just in honor of him. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, maybe let me know in the comments. That would be, that would be nice to know. I do have some ideas for some other videos that I'm thinking of doing. One of them, I believe, is going to be a animal tour, which I think would be really fun to do, especially with Twiggy's new Grow 10 enclosure. I think it came out really nice. Another video I want to do is, I think I want to talk about my love for Godzilla, and not necessarily all monster movies, but kaiju films, giant monsters, my love for the genre, my love for suitmation, and how it's adapted into motion capture, which of course I believe is all thanks to Andy Serkis and Peter Jackson. And I love the Lord of the Rings as well. I mean, I'm a nerd, what can I say? So, I think that would be cool, and maybe show off some of my Godzilla figures that I have. Tell you about them, tell you what movie they're from, who designed the suit, and the sculpt and everything, and kind of go into detail about it, and whether it's a favorite or not. I think that'd be cool, which actually might include some really nice clicky sounds, because when you move the joints of the figures, they can make some really nice sounds too. And they're plastic, so you can tap on them, things like that. I think that would be really fun, because again, this channel is about my hyperfixations and things that I enjoy, and if they resonate with other people, then fantastic. If they bore you to tears, that's actually a good thing, because asleep, and that is the other goal of this channel. So, I think I'm gonna leave you guys off here. I also think I'm probably going to do another video tomorrow. So we'll see. But as for right now, your boy is hungry. And I also want to go take a shower, because it's been such a long day. And I have some other things I gotta do as well. I gotta do dishes and a whole slew of things. That's what my days off have become, which, I'm kind of peopled out, so I think I'm gonna spend this weekend just with me, myself, and I, and kind of recharge my batteries. But anyway, it's good to see everybody again. I am absolutely blown away by the views that I got on the Ghostface roleplay, and I would love to do more roleplays, but simple roleplays. I don't have, a green screen. I don't know how to do effects. The only thing that I really could do was the Ghostface voiceover. But that's not to say that, I won't try to do other things. Maybe I could do, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe like a barbershop roleplay, or I don't know. My mind is blank. I'm just very, very tired, so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. It really just means the world to me, and I believe the last I had checked, there's 65 of you now. So that's crazy to me. I say it in every video. I will probably continue to say it in every video, except the roleplay videos. I didn't say anything about it in my roleplay of Ghostface, but that's to be expected. That's a roleplay. And here I'm just, rambling. So, good night, and I hope this helps soothe you out. And I will definitely be doing more with this little mic cover. That might be part of my next video, I'm not sure yet. But good night. Sleep tight. Have pleasant dreams. And whatever you got going on, you're doing awesome. And keep going, because it's only going to get better. That's my mantra as well. And it's been true, as one of my very best friends and another love of my life says, it can't rain all the time. So, good night, sweet dreams, and thank you for watching. See you later.